And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, today we're taking a look at a game from Mayday Games called Nerdy Inventions. I like Mayday Games. They make short, simple games. I like the name of this one, Nerdy Inventions. And so, as far as I can tell from the theme of this game, it's going to be about building inventions and being nerdy. Well, that's not very useful, but it's a die rolling game. We're going to roll dice and try to get cards with those dice and use those cards to get more cards. You'll see. The goal of this game is to get the most points, and you're going to be accumulating inventions. Inventions are worth a certain number of points on the card itself. There's going to be these gear cards from 1 to 6 placed out on the table. Each player is going to start with a different starting invention, and then players are also going to get a tool card if they're not going first. So on a player's turn, they're going to roll 3 dice. Let's say I roll these 3 dice. I get a 2, a 3, and a 3. They're normal 6-sided dice. Now I can take as many actions as I want, although you really can't do that many things on your turn, and then it's the next person's turn. So you're going to be using dice to take actions. So one thing is, you can buy an invention in the middle of the table. So for example, this one here, the cost of it is a 3 and a gear. The gear means whatever the number is on the die up here. So this would be a 3 and a 6. This one has 2 gears, so it would be a 5 and a 5. This one is a 2, 3, and a 4. This one is a 2, 3, and a 3. Hey, that's what I have. And this one is a 1 and a 2. And this one is a 3, 1, and 1. Well, I guess since I have a 2, 3, and 3, I'll buy this invention here. All right, so this one's going to be worth points at the end of the game. And I'll put it in front of me. Now, inventions can also be used. That's another thing you do in your turn. So this starting invention that I have, I can tap it here, and it will let me subtract 1 from a die. So I could always do that to turn one of my die 1 less. How do I untap it or charge it? By spending a die that's equal to its level or higher. So if I wanted to, if this was like this, I could spend this die and this will come back and I could use it again. I could also spend a die to switch to adjacent inventions in case I want to get a better number, but I have to spend a die equal to one of the numbers of the ones that I am switching. You also have this tool card, which lets you use another invention, and basically you can subtract or add to a die equal to the level of your invention. But once you do that, you have to give this tool card to someone who doesn't have one, and you also use the invention that you have. So on your turn, you are going to get 1 invention probably. I guess it's possible to get 2 if you manage to get the 4th die through another invention, and then have 2 and 2 and take 2 different things. But you'll probably get 1. And so the game is just going to keep going until all the cards from this invention deck are out, and all the different cards are here. They all do different things. Some let you split a die into 2 different numbers. This one lets you subtract 2 from something. This one lets you flip it to the other side. So you keep going until this is gone, and then everyone counts up the points till they've won, or till someone uses the ability of this card here, which will end the game. You then will score points for all your invention cards, and then you will get bonus points equal to the number of different kinds of inventions that you have, and whoever has the most points is the winner of the game. This is a crowded genre. There are many games that are coming out these days where you roll dice to get cards, from To Court the King, to In the Favor of the Pharaoh, to Colony. There's many different games out there where you're going to roll dice, use those dice to get cards, and those cards will give you abilities to use dice to get other cards. So there's many out there. So when you come out with a new one, it needs to differentiate itself. Well, Nerdy Inventions has done that by basically being the most boring of the lot. I know it's going to sound bad. First of all, this game is called Nerdy Inventions, and the inventions are essentially a small icon in the middle of the card. That's it. I don't ever feel like these inventions do anything, mean anything. The theme of this game is completely gone. So the game essentially is you roll 3 dice. You then look, what card can I buy? As you saw in my situation, there was 1 card I could get. Maybe there was another if I had used 1 die if I had subtracted 1 from a die, I might have been able to get 2 different cards. But for the most part, you have one card. And in fact, many times when I played this, especially at the beginning of the game, before you have a lot of inventions, there's nothing you can do. It's really discouraging when your very first turn of the game, you roll and you get nothing. And the rulebook's like, well, then you should move cards so other people can't get stuff. That doesn't make me feel any better. That's just insanity. I feel like you should always be able to get something, or at least, there's no re-rolling. You just roll the dice and then you can manipulate your cards, which, as you can see in the case, was subtracting 1. And then as you get more and more inventions, you have more options and things to do, but the game never gets more interesting. It's roll dice. Oh, I can get that one. I can get that one. And when I get these inventions, I'm like, whoa, this one lets me subtract 2. That's amazing. And so this game doesn't have that amazement factor, but it also doesn't have that boom, it's short and quick and punchy factor. It doesn't really have any of that, though. Yeah, this one's really a pass for me. I like rolling dice and collecting things and then using those things to collect more. That's a cool concept and one I want to see more of, but there's a lot of neat games in that category. Nerdy Inventions is not one of them. Dice Tower Judgment, unfortunately, boring.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Shut the door.